Hello. This podcast is some of the women that are from the Guild. And it's really kind of coming forward because it's Women's History Month. So what we're going to do is go around and say who we are and give you guys our social media handles. I'm Toya. I'm one half of Hobag. That's HEAUXBAG. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at _HEAUXBAG. Also, you can follow my new podcast called Cocktails and Caregivers, and that comes out on 4/4, so be on the lookout.
Okay, come on. Okay, I'm Stormy. I'm 1/3 of The Recipe. You can find us on The Recipe. Underscore. Yeah, 2 underscores. Or, my personal page, Storms23, or my business page, Gigi Fiona Boutique.
And I am Chelsea. I am 1/3 of The Recipe, at The Recipe again. And my Instagram, Chelsea Davis, just my name, but 2 A's on Chelsea. Yeah.
Okay, and I am Mika, 1/3 of The Recipe, and that's at The Recipe __. Because people be like, we can't find you. So that's at The Recipe __. At The Corporate Cutie Graphics, I'm a graphic designer. At The Corporate Cutie, that's my boutique page, and at Mika Mills, my personal page.
Yes. Hey everyone, my name is Leah. I am a part of He Said We Said, and follow us, Instagram at He Said We Said, and subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah, same. Sure. I am 1/3 of He Said We Said as well. My name is Kiera, and at He Said We Said on Twitter as well as Instagram, and then my personal page, Kiera M_.
Okay.
And I am Anya. I am the host of the Doing Motherhood podcast. You can follow Doing Motherhood at doing_motherhood_podcast, or you can follow me on my doula page, which is Anya Doula _HTX. And I'm really happy to be here with everybody tonight.
Me too.
I just started researching doula stuff, so I'm interested.
Come on.
Okay. I'm not expecting.
I train.
But...
I also train doulas, and you can follow that at Hospital Doula Training Co. on Instagram as well. So if you're looking to become a doula, come on.
Right, tell the people what's a doula. So the people
a doula is a birth support person, like a birth coach or a labor coach. But what we do is we offer emotional, informational, and physical support when women are throughout their pregnancy and in labor.
What Black women need to be researching.
Every Black woman needs to have a doula.
See, we ain't had any of that.
When you think about it, your mom was probably your doula, or your grandmother, or your aunt. It's the same concept.
I was my doula.
I was too.
I figured it out as I just go. I was lost and crying, and the baby was crying, and I was But that's really good for young moms, people who don't know. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys look at me? You didn't. Okay, so do you guys offer support like up to 6 months after the baby is born?
Yeah.
When do you cut them off?
So there's a lot of different types of doulas. So I'm primarily a birth doula. I usually go out 6 weeks. People hang on, and I love them, so we're still there. But there are postpartum doulas who will go out even further. Yeah,
that's good.
I think me and Anya were having a conversation, and we were just kind of talking about work-life balance, and it kind of hit home, and it made me think of other people, especially some of us that have multiple jobs, entrepreneurships on top of our careers, and being a mom and all that stuff. So being that it's Women's History Month, it's really good to come out with a bang with a lot of us together. And this is not all the women of the Guild, so be sure to subscribe to our pages, look at the Creators Guild, and you'll see more of the women that are of the Guild as well. But we just kind of wanted to touch bases on our experiences with podcasting, recording, and everything else that we have in between. And I know you had a list of questions, so did you want to kind of dive into?
Let's go ahead and get started. So the first question I have for everybody is, what women, and it can be a relative or just a personal connection or like a public figure, but what women had a really big impact on who you are as a woman today?
Okay.
Doesn't matter how we start.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say my mom for sure. I wouldn't be who I am without her. I like to challenge myself. She did as well. When things are wrong, I never let my son see. She never let me see. I'm just want to be better than my past. So I just always pay attention to what my mom did and just be like, okay, we're going to do it like this. And I never really struggled in life. And if we did, I never saw it. I never knew if she couldn't feed us. I never saw that, you know what I'm saying? So she put us in the best schools, did the best for us. So I'll definitely say my mom, hands down. And I'm always trying to be better. I want to be able to one day, real soon, like let her just, hey, quit your job. I got you from here on out. And you know what I'm saying? So yeah, my mother.
I love it.
Yeah, beautiful. I actually want to piggyback on that because it would be my mom as well. But for me, I didn't really realize it in like real time. So like everything I am is definitely a direct influence from my mom. But it took me reflecting and being older and being able to like have context to understand, you know, where she was and whatnot. So like I don't have any children. My mom raised 3. Worked a full-time job. We have food on the table. You know, she's showing up to field trips. She, you know, doing Girl Scouts, whatever, showing up to games, all that stuff. I can't think of a time that my mom wasn't there. So like when I think about like showing up and, you know, having integrity and just being like a leader, like it's definitely my mama.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like I have a lot of different maybe mentors in my life. And of course, I'm not going to, you know, steal everyone else's thunder, but my mom for sure.
Yeah.
But if I think about someone that had an impact on my life, and maybe she probably doesn't even know the impact she had on my life, is someone that's in my career. And I met her maybe 10, 12 years ago. And I was just having a conversation with her and she just gave me this piece of advice that was like, whenever you're approaching a situation and you feel like it's uncomfortable and you feel like you're being asked to do something that is a little bit uncomfortable, but you don't have experience in it, don't let that uncomfortable, being uncomfortable, don't let it ruin it. Don't let fear kind of take you away from it, and don't say no to certain situations, you know, based on someone else's experiences, based on something that you don't really have insight into. And so really kind of doing your own thing, taking chances and being comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I think kind of like her telling me that at a place where I had no idea what I was doing at all, like barely knew anything about my job at all. And I'm just like, okay. But like, I still kind of use that same mentality approaching a lot of different things in my life. And so I always kind of fall back on that. Don't be scared of being uncomfortable.
I guess I'll say something. I always look at things from a different perspective. And I think I said this probably when I first had my daughter. I had her when I was 23. So I don't have a close relationship with my mom. So I always said I strive to, this is going to sound kind of ugly, but don't take it that way. When I look at certain situations that she was in, I strive to not, I try to unlearn that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do this. So she made a big impact on my life because it was like, you know what? I seen the struggle of poverty. I seen this. I did go days where we didn't eat. I saw the lights get cut off. I do not want to experience this. So I'm kind of glad that molded me to be the hustler and the entrepreneur that I am. So my mom made an impact. It probably wasn't the positive impact that you guys said, but I turned that negative into a positive. So.
Right. It's still positive, whether, you know, what it was, negative or positive, it's still a positive impact. The outcome is positive.
Oh, Mika.
I would definitely say my mom. Of course, she was a single parent raising 2 boys, myself. I'm the only girl, and she worked 2 and 3 jobs, and we had to go to my grandparents' house on the weekend. So I'm not going to say we didn't struggle, but she, like Stormy said, we never saw that. So she did do a good job of, you know, teaching us and molding us. So my mom definitely, a lot of people like, are you raised on love and survival? But my mom, she raised us on survival, like know how to get it. I can make something shake out of 2 cents. So my mom was definitely that person and instilled the hustler in me for sure.
Yes. I think my situation is kind of like what Toya said. I have 2 moms. So my biological mom, I kind of feel the same way you do. Kind of looked at what not to do, but I was adopted, and I ended up being in that situation since I was 9 years old, all the way to an adult. And a lot of my strength and a lot of the things, just my determination and stuff, will come from my mom, Glow. Shout outs to you. She just helped me even to this day now. Like anything I need, she's there for me, holds me down, tells me the truth even when I don't like it. But definitely somebody that I would say just had a major impact on my life and an influence as to who I am today.
How are you?
I would say for me coming up, there were a lot of women that I came up with. Some of them like real aunties, some of them chosen aunties, but definitely women that I saw hustle like everybody else's moms did, right? Like they hustled. But I think more than anything, they helped me understand how I wanted to raise my kids. Like I really felt like we were really surrounded with a lot of love and opportunities, you know, like they looked for every opportunity for us, and that's what it was. I think if I think about as an adult, when I very first started working as a nurse, there were a few doctors who had a really impact on who I decided I wanted to be professionally. And not just like the skills and everything of profession, but like how we take care of women and what that should look like and what that should sound like. And now that I know that maternal health is the way that it is today, I'm so glad I learned from the best in the beginning. Yeah.
So I guess that our answers kind of flowed into the next question that you put. How do you hope to make an impact on other women's lives now and the future? And I'll go first with that one. And it kind of ties into the podcast too. We always say that the whole point of the whole bag was for us to come on there and just be as real as possible and share our whole stories or whatever you want to call them, but with the hopes that if there's somebody else listening, they may say, dang, I went through that. You know what I'm saying? That's how they got through it. So maybe I can try that or just learn something. So hopefully I'm going around planting little seeds and hopefully those seeds blossom. Hopefully I'm that impactful to just one person.
Not hopefully, they will.
I know that's right. Manifestation. For real. Words are powerful. You're right.
You got to stand on it. Don't tiptoe to it. Get it. Plant it.
Well, you answer now. How do you hope to impact?
You was a little unsure. I had to help you. I guess for me, I'm more coming from a space of, you know, like doubt. Like I used to doubt myself a lot. So now I'm in this space of, you know, I had to, you know, work a few jobs too. And I work in corporate America. I'm doing graphics on the side. Like I have to do a lot of things to present and be a certain way. So never, you know, like never give up. So I want people to look at me and see that, no, she didn't have to quit, you know, her job. She can still maintain her business. She can still maintain, you know, all of the things that she's doing and not be like overwhelmed or anything like that. So just never give up.
Mm-hmm. Next. I don't know if I was looking going this way. I'll go next. Look, we can go in order. I think, what was the question? What's the impact we want to make on people?
What's the impact?
I think the impact I would want to make on people is to see
on
me.
Women.
Oh, on women. Mm-hmm. I don't know, just to see me and just know that anything is possible. Like I said, not giving too much of what's going on with me, but pretty much from a young age, from when I was my son's age, you know, I didn't have the mom, I didn't have all of that, but I still, you know, made it through life. You know, just kind of beat the odds of what they pretty much say someone who's in CPS or who was adopted, usually how they would turn out. And I did the opposite. So I just want people that's, you know, in a situation like me or young girls that were like me, just to know that, I mean, your start doesn't have to be your finish.
Mm-hmm. Say that.
And so you can pretty much do whatever you want to do. You don't have to be a statistic. You don't have to be, you know, labeled as, oh, they were ward of the state or they were this, so they're automatically going to be
a failure.
Yeah, a failure. And it's like, no, you can still get out here, you can thrive, you can prosper. And that's what I would just want women to take away from me.
That's awesome.
I'll go. I'll say for me, it's probably living unapologetically.
I know that's right. Yes.
So like for me growing up, I'm the oldest. And like the oldest, like daughter, granddaughter, great grand. So all these people had these expectations and, you know, you should be doing this or you know, all that other stuff. And so a lot of that stuff I didn't want to do. So it took a while for me to figure it out, but definitely probably in my early 20s when I was getting ready to graduate from college, I was just like, you know what, forget it. I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it. If you have an opinion on it, you know, cool, keep it over there. Mm-hmm. But, you know, just making decisions for myself. Because at the end of the day, if it works out or if it don't work out, mm-hmm. I know that it's on me at the end. So that would be mine.
Look, y'all got me thinking like 3 different things. So I like what you said about like for people younger than you, understanding the position that you were in. I had my oldest son when I was a teenager. And so that beating the odds, right? Mm-hmm. Getting through it, finishing high school, going to college. It took me a lot of years to finish college, but we did that thing.
Super senior.
It took me a really long time. Both my kids was up in there with me. But so that's really important to me. But I think the biggest thing for me is the slogan that I have for my doula business, which is taking care of women, period. And like whatever I can do to help take care of women. So if that's me working in healthcare, if that's me when I was working as a teacher, I was like, look, I know your mama's struggling. Get in here and get yourself together. Right? You know what I mean? So if that's how I'm taking care of women, the work that I do now as a doula, and of course, you know, my tight circle and my close circle, I just want to make sure that everyone's good and knows that they like there's always the other side. Whatever we're going through, there's always the other side. And if we just, you know, hang tough and fight through it, we can get there.
So I'll try to, I guess, talk about 2 different maybe perspectives because so outside of, I guess, maybe other things that I do, I also coach young girls. And so I coach young girls in track. And with that, I still hope that they can still kind of walk away and say, okay, I have my coach. I like her. She's always positive. She's always this, or she'll always at least tell me the truth or whatever for them to at least have another woman in their life. Not to say that these children don't have, or these athletes don't have mother figures, but just having like a younger,
right.
You know, I'm getting a little, a little auntie. No, but seriously, like having you know what it was like, you probably remember younger women in your life that they were cool and you felt a connection with them. And a lot of them, I see them at their meets when they go to high school, and sometimes I run into them on social media and I'm like, I cannot believe this kid, but I'm still like loosely connected. So hopefully I'm still that positive impact or still a positive impact for them. And so I think beyond children or the young girls that I coach, I would say for other women, maybe in my shoes or maybe coming behind me or seeing me, it's like, knowing that although I do have a very busy, I guess, corporate life, like you can still live outside of that. You don't have to live within the box of your corporate life. You don't have to stick between your 9 to 5 and like sleep and work. And that doesn't have to be the end of life. And that kind of goes to like the end of your life. But to your point of like, keep living, doing the other things that you enjoy, because work can't be everything.
Right.
And so showing that you can be achieving certain things in your field and still doing things that you love to do outside of that. And I think that's what I would hope that other people, if they're like studying hard, like I'm going to do this and I see blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, still live life.
Put that freakum dress on, girl.
Yes. Get out of life.
Did y'all have
me? I just, I have a boutique to have other women help other people, women, girls, teenagers get dressed. I like to see people at their best. I'm always doing the most. Like, when people DM me and be like, hey, like, can you help me? I'm like, okay, you know, you should charge for stuff like this. And I'm always going over the board to like, okay, put this with this, put this with this. I just want always somebody to take something from me and be like, yo, she helped me. She did something for me. When people come to my store, I do the most for them to make sure that they look their best, feel happy. For me, I will give my last to anybody. I always feel like, what do you need? Let me do. Like, I'm always trying to make sure that you leave happy in any situation. If you talk to me, I see people stressing on Instagram and they look like they're going through depression or something. I'm always like, hey, you all right? Just to check, just to make sure, you know, you're not falling to the left. So just take away from me that, you know, I'm always going to be here for any women, anybody. You can be a stranger. You can always ask me for advice, help, whatever it is. If I got it, you got it. And that's just it.
I can't pay my rent next month, so I'm gonna be in her DM.
If you're taking requests, I know.
Jesus ain't on the main line. It's Stormy, okay?
I got an answer for you. I'm gonna have that answer for you. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna tell you where to go. I'll tell you where to go. Tell you what to do. Like,
So let's get into it.
Okay.
I already know what you want.
I'm ready to get into Kim K.
Listen,
Let's do it.
So
yeah.
the clip that was going around, I will say the little bit was, of course, clickbait, like it usually is. And the little clickbait that they did post from the interview with her and her family was where she said, if I could give a piece of advice for women, it would be to get your ass up and fucking work. I work my ass off. Yeah. So once I watched the whole thing, I'm not going to say that I disagreed with a lot of what the family was saying, because we know they're a family of hustlers, especially the mom.
Mm-hmm.
Kudos to the Kardashians. It's not even me trying to bash it at all. My takeaway from that is, bitch, read the room. We're post-pandemic. You know, I think you picked the absolute wrong time to give the right message. Yes, get up and work, but then when you talk about, well, then when you do work, it needs to be in a untoxic environment. You need to love where you work, and you need to do this and do that. Okay, how much are you paying your workers? How is it not a toxic environment? Because I know where you get your clothes made at, and it's way over somewhere where it's a sweatshop. Like, let's get to it. Like, don't do that. Don't play.
I think that was the first time that I saw it, I saw the clickbait clip. So I just got what Kim said. I didn't even realize it was the whole family in the conversation. But when I saw the first part that I saw also had follow-ups of like their interns and people that have worked for them saying that like they were getting paid $10 an hour. And then there was like their ad for, or, you know, like the job posting where they're looking for interns who are going to get paid for free. And so I was like, okay, get your ass up and work. And then she says, no one wants to work anymore. And I'm like, well, no, nobody wants to come watch billionaires play all day and not get paid.
Right.
Well, I would say, like, if I was like 20, I would do it for free because, you know, if I worked my ass off, you're going to notice me and you're going to take me on the road and you're going to be like,
You gotta
work your ass off and stand out.
But except that we're like, what I'm saying I saw are the interns coming back saying that they were ground to
But this is what I only saw the clickbait. I didn't know it was a full video. But when she said people don't want to work no more, I thought that because she said for women in business, she was like, this is my advice.
Yes.
So she was talking about women in business. And I understood what I'm not defending her, but what she said was, my advice to women in business is get your ass up and work. What I took from that is, you know how like when you have your own business, like you initially say, okay, I'm about to hustle, I'm about to do this and that. And then when you have your bad days, it's kind of like, well, damn, like it should be coming to me.
You need somebody to tell you to get your ass up and work.
And that's real.
That she was saying it in the sense of, nobody's just going to hand this to you. Nobody's just going to shop Corporate Cutie. Nobody's just going to shop Gigi. Like, you have to really promote. You have to do this, do that. And back to what you were saying, as far as the whole post-pandemic and everything, she didn't read the room with that. But
that's what I say. It's right message, wrong moment.
But I mean, it's not the wrong time.
I think
it's the wrong messenger.
Not wanting to work.
Wrong messenger as well.
I think
it's the wrong messenger.
It's not the wrong time.
I think that Chris probably should have taken the question. I think it was almost like, wait, I have something that's like, hold on, Kim. Maybe let Chris take that one. However, do I agree like with what she said? At the end of the day, if you want to do something, do you need to get up and go do it? Yeah,
absolutely.
Like that's kind of like what it is. But I do feel like it's just like, all right, no.
But let's talk about it. But people not working right now, because like you said, I think after pandemic, people started thinking like, why am I going to sit here and slave for like $15, $16 when I could just kind of put myself on or build myself up. Like,
I agree with that. I agree.
So just to in 40 years retire and do what?
But I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
And it's nothing wrong with it. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, I feel like people really aren't working right now, and it's some of them not because they're lazy.
If you're not working because you chose not to work, because if you're not going to make it out of this pandemic better than before, then something's wrong with you. If you're just sitting back on your ass,
that's not fair.
No, that's not fair. If you didn't make it because business are running, you could start their small business loans. There's so many loans that you could have took to start something for yourself instead of working. Just because you got fired, if I got fired from my job, what am I going to do next? Am I just going to sit there and be looking at the screen? No,
I think it's situational because when I say post-pandemic, I'm taking everything into account, not just the whole maybe people don't feel like working anymore or any of that.
If you got laid off, then what's next? next?
I mean, there's a lot of different variables.
And
with it.
everybody is
Schools
not
were
an
shut
entrepreneur
down.
for you to be
have
like,
to
I get a
understand
small business.
not everybody's an entrepreneur, but you could. I've seen
And
so
people
many
aren't
people
business
start
savvy
stuff
either.
up.
Right.
People,
You started, but then what are you gonna do with
So
it?
then you can go all these places. People need. I need somebody to work for me. Ain't nobody come to me and ask me.
But what I'm
wanna
saying
work,
is
then you come and
everybody
you
is
ask.
not a business person.
I agree.
We talked about
So
this
we
on-
talking
You're not a
about
business
essential
person, but there's so many
workers.
business-
There's a lot of people in the pandemic that I think oftentimes we just think about like the corporate side or the entrepreneur
Like
side.
restaurants are closing. You need to make sure that the little people in there have jobs. I get it.
Well, there's
Those
other
are-
industries that were hit a little harder
Yeah.
with the pandemic and they're still trying to catch up, right? So, for some people, they were able to thrive quite a bit. And then for others, I recognize that, they're struggling a bit, not because they don't want to work, but, maybe the job that they were able to keep during the pandemic just isn't.
No, like
helping
for me,
pay
I'll say
bills.
this for instance, y'all know, everybody in my building lost their job, right? They got furloughed. And so they're all like, I'm gonna go work at H-E-B, Whole Foods. I didn't need the job, but I was like, all right, let me just do something with y'all. I ain't got nothing to do. So I said, let me work at Whole Foods. H-E-B, I've never had a job outside of boutique stuff and hair, stuff like that. I've never worked, and I worked at the pharmacy for 7 years. So I never had like a job like H-E-B or restaurants or anything like that. So I said, let me get up and do it. Let me see, like, I'm putting my pride to the side. I'm gonna humble myself and I'm gonna do something for me. It was for me to like, dim it down a little bit. Who do you think you are? So I did it. And if you wanted to get a job, it was, at that time I was getting paid more than the regular staff, because if you came in during that time, they gave you $4 more than the rest of the people. So if you really wanted to get up and work and do something better for yourself, there is a lot of opportunity out there, because they were hiring stuff like that because they need workers. They need this stuff.
So this is the thing, though, and I was part of the part where they needed the workers. With my job, for example, when I was working for the home health and the hospice industry, at that particular time, they said, look, you can either be furloughed, and when stuff gets back to normal, you either will or won't have a job. I can't promise you shit. Or you can take this pay cut, and that was a dramatic pay cut, and you can still have a job. So me, I'm like, fuck it, I'll take the pay cut. But then when you cut my pay and you fired a bunch of employees, you now gave me all of their work. So it was like, it does make a person want to say, fuck this shit, I quit.
For sure.
And then I think a lot of us have normalized, we're talking about work-life balance here. I think a lot of us, on top of already was trying to eat healthy, go to the gym, pick up our kids, make our love life work, do this, do that, have a podcast,
And be
have
whole
an entrepreneur.
mentally.
And then the pandemic hit, and then it does become a lot. And I think sometimes we got to take a step back outside of the hustle mentality, because we've normalized hustling. Our brains are not really supposed to operate besides doing one thing at a time.
Yeah.
We've normalized juggling 3 and 4 different jobs because grandma made it work and mom made it work and all that. So I think everything is just so situational.
So was it more
And that-
so the message came from Kim Kardashian?
For me,
I
it
said
said
if it
it
was
came
like
from
Gabrielle
her.
Union said it, would y'all feel this way? Would y'all?
Yes, I would still say that she picked the wrong message at the wrong time. I'm sorry, the right message at the wrong time. That's what I mean by read the room. Why would you say that right now? I feel like that was so unempathetic of her.
Yeah,
feel
because
like
my
because a lot
other
of
thing
stuff
about
has
the
been done and
whole,
nobody
like you said,
said
with the
nothing.
timing is that it's not even like we've only been dealing with the pandemic. We had the pandemic, and then we had the whole summer of racial reckoning. And then we had here in Texas, we all got froze out for like,
It's so much going on
You
right
know
now.
what
The
I
damn
mean? Like,
a war.
it
It's
was-
all types of
that's
shit
why
going
there's
on
all
right now.
types of
COVID
stuff
is
going
forgotten
on.
now. The war.
It's
has
a new
started.
strain that just came out. Y'all about to hear about it. So
If you
sorry to break
haven't
it.
already, right?
Yeah, it's a new strain that came out, but the war is like.
Yes,
so
isn't
that
trying to
would
hit
be-
China. Didn't they close some stuff
They
down
did.
there?
They already started shutting things down.
All the funds now. Even though there's a new strain, they're not caring.
But
They're
I'm
gonna
just
put
saying
all the money into the war.
it's just still more, unfortunately, that we
And
got to
we're still
think
gonna have
about.
to
And we
figure
still
it out.
got to get our fucking ass up and
And we
work.
still have to figure it out. And so that's why I say, like,
Give a message, get up and work.
yeah,
I feel like I didn't take offense. I
For
watched
me,
it and I
it's-
was like, go to work.
for me,
That's
it's
for me.
just
I
the
be
wrong
shutting
messenger.
down. I shut
agree
down
with
during the
that.
day.
Yeah.
Like I be like, damn.
It's the wrong messenger.
Somebody will call you and
But
be
see,
like,
thing with the wrong messenger thing, I agree too. I think if it would have came from anybody, Kim saying that people was gonna get money, but it makes me confused because when Kim does like all this stuff, like getting people out of jail, people be like, yeah. I feel like Kim really thinks she gang, and that's why she does. I mean,
I ain't want to be the one to
You
say
guys,
it.
because you
gonna
guys
buy
have
it.
made her feel that way.
You ain't lying.
comfortable. So it's like,
Honestly,
I'm Team Kanye, so I don't really care.
Damn
so.
it.
I'm just saying, I feel like Kim felt comfortable because
same
they make her
time,
feel like
Let
she's
Kim
gay.
do. If Kim got the power to help out in situations where,
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna sit back and clap.
She got the voice.
Thank you,
it's
girl.
Like, you know what? Maybe she needed to be the one because apparently nobody else.
Her
was doing it.
influence is so heavy. So it's like
Hey,
she felt
thank you,
comfortable
girl.
saying that. Like, hey,
It's gonna be a chart on there that's 50-50. 50 gonna say like how we're here.
Yeah,
It's gonna
yeah.
be 50 like, yeah, girl, and it's gonna be 50 like
Yeah.
So I just feel like she felt comfortable saying it because we've made Kim feel comfortable enough, and especially
Like
our
Kanye
community.
said, y'all done made her feel like she got black
Yeah.
kids,
Yeah.
so she has the right to
Kanye
say
said we made her.
Kanye did
Kanye
that.
made her feel that way.
Kanye did that. We did not do that.
Look what he does.
Yeah, but don't be up
Lord.
there screaming and hollering on Instagram like you was messing with her.
Oh,
like, I mean, we try to use
Oh, we
that
didn't
hard.
turn it down.
So real quick, what
Okay.
if that like if the question had been posed to you, what advice do you have for women in business? What's
As
the
far as
advice you would
what?
give?
What question?
That same question that was
I'll
posed to
say- I'll
Kim
say-
and her family.
I'll say-
Oh, what was the question?
The question of what advice do you have for women in
what
business?
She did, what she did. I will say for me,
Zoom in.
No, all jokes aside. For me, I'll just say this because I do have a mentor and I do pay attention. And there's a lot of days where I don't do anything and I don't make money, right? So when I realize that when I get up and I promote and I do what I need to do, like my website goes, so it's all on me. So like the whole thing is, yeah, do get up and work. Do what you need to do. Strive, get up, pray, put yourself in a positive environment, just like she said. I said it to Chelsea all the time, like, Steve Harvey is something I listen to every single morning. It gets me through my day. Les, it gets me through my day, and I listen to them. And I just kind of have put myself in a powerful environment where my head is just on strong, and I'm just paying attention. I'm praying to God. I put God first, and just kind of focus. And you're gonna get where you need to be, but you just gotta focus in life. Take all the negative out, put everything aside, and get what you need to do, and just pray. You got it, but. Yeah, you got to really get up and work. You got to get to work, man. You want the money, it's not just going to be handed to you. You got to get up. You want to be that $1 million girl. You want to make this business $1 million brand. You got to get up and work and push every single day, or you're not going to get it.
And even if it's not $1 million, but it's like I feel like if you've left corporate or wherever else, like working for other people, then that means like it's your brand, your name, but it's also your heart. Like, what are you doing it for? Right. And so I found myself in the last couple of months, just in this really, hard and dark space. And so I've had the days where it is like hell to just get up. You know what I mean? But at the same time and at the end of each day, like I have to account for myself and I have to account to my kid who needs them groceries at the house. And I have to account to the people that I say that I'm doing this for, right? And so if I'm going to do it, then I need to get up and do it. But I do take note for myself, of course, and for other people that like there are going to be days and times when it's hard. And so I think, like you said, like finding what puts you in that mindset, finding what puts you in that that warrior mode or whatever it is that needs to get you out of it. And also the other, like really taking care of your mental health and really having like a good support circle around you so that, because every day we're not always going to be able to lift ourselves all the way up. But you got to have folks around you that can do that.
Because one day you're going to be like, I just don't want to get up today. But you got to just pray and get out that funk and just kind of like, have a positive mind. Have somebody that you can call and be like, girl, get up. Like, so.
Yeah, even like with what you're saying and kind of tying back to the work-life balance thing for me, I think that you perform your best when you take care of yourself mentally first, right? And so, taking those days where, it's great to go hard in the pain and all this other stuff, have your hats or your hands in all these different hats. And
mental days is very
right.
needed.
You need a good mental health day to just, not even be connected to all this stuff. Just take some time for yourself. And I think when you do that and you have that, balance, then again, you perform.
No facts. Mental day for me, I get my hair done, my nails done, I pray. Sit there.
Self-care day.
Yeah, like you got everything in one. You gotta You gotta send, like, you gotta do all of that, you know. But
And
you
I think also knowing when it's too much, like when you have too much on you, and really being able to like analyze.
Fuck around and snap at one of my pages. Look, I'm sorry, I mean Mrs. Jack's shit. For real.
And
No, but it's really easy. No, I'm sorry, but it's really easy to, like, I guess a lot of people think about work-life balance and it's like, okay, I have to do this, I have to do that. But it's really about understanding that, like, at certain moments, whenever you are trying to get at something, it's going to require a little bit more. And so realizing, like, when you do have to put more into that work side, but then also, like, you still got to put a little bit more, like, all right, I did a lot this week. I'm
taking a
probably gonna
vacation.
take a nap. Or, like, I'm probably going to get at something else that makes me feel better and be around my friends and, like, really valuing, you know, putting kind of whatever kind of energy into the relationships that you do value so that you do have that support system. And so kind of making sure when I think about work-life balance, that's what I think about as opposed to kind of the 50-50 that we used to think about.
Yes.
I guess I'll go since we were talking about being unapologetic. Mine is just kind of a little different now. But I think to answer that question for women, because it's Women's History Month, I think we're set to the same, to a different standard. You know, we do have to juggle so much more than men. I'm gonna put that out there. We really do. And we got to do it on our period. We got to do it pregnant. We got to do it titties hurting. We got to do it just with a whole lot going on. Be gentle and be kind to yourself. I think we beat ourselves up a lot because I know I do. I beat myself up a lot. I think sometimes we just have to have gratitude and be in the moment and remember, like, yeah, that's my goal, but acknowledge how far you've came already.
Recognize your wins.
Yes. And then
Small
keep
victories.
going. Small victories. Yeah, all of that.
Yeah, really count them. When my clients are in postpartum and you know, those first few days and weeks postpartum, I mean, Stormy, you said it, you crying, the baby's crying, everybody's crying. But I tell them, like, you'll find a win in every day if you look for it.
Yep.
Every day you have to find your win. And so, like, that's what I've even had to tell myself through this dark space is, like, what are the wins that I've had each day? And that little bit, like, every day they build up and it keeps you afloat.
I went through postpartum, so I know, like, me speaking here, I was like, damn, how did I get out of that? I don't even know. I just know one day I picked myself up and I just was moving, like, and I don't remember how I got, but it just happened. And I was like, okay, I'm good. Like, okay, like, you know, babe, come on, let's go, come on, little. Like, it was like,
I've never seen this lady.
But it was just like, okay, like, you know, you got this little baby and they just looking at you and you're just looking at them and it's just like, but it's new, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Mommy, what we gonna eat? I don't know shit. What we gonna eat? Just some chips in there.
Yeah.
I've had them days. Like, shit, I don't feel like it.
When they
When they get hungry, they gonna eat them chips.
When they go too, I'm hungry. Me too. I'm hungry too. Shit.
Get some.
What about y'all?
Young moms. That's young moms.
I would say I'm in a space right now where I'm giving myself grace and I'm recognizing that it's okay to not be okay. Because I've just experienced a great loss and I'm just like, I need to pick back up and I need to get it going. But I haven't even taken time to make sure that I fix my heart, my mind. So I pray to God daily, Lord, please protect my heart and my mind. So I'm in a space where it's okay to not be okay and give yourself grace when you just like, you know, I can't do it or I can't, you know, figure it out or I'm not sure. So it's okay to be okay and give yourself grace.
Yeah.
Love that.
I like that.
I agree with what Mika said because I think for me, towards the end of last year, I was like, December, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to do this and I'm going to be this. And I want to just this whole, everything was going to be different for me. Like it stamped it. I'm like, I'm going to post more. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I don't know if it was God. I don't know what it was.
God.
But, and they know, because truthfully, it's me right now. I got a lot going on with me trying to, I wasn't giving myself grace. I was feeling like, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. And I feel like now I'm at the point where it's like, no, you can slow down. You can chill. You can rest. And I don't know which one of y'all said it recently just now, like looking for something to kind of give you that, like, you know, that good day and stuff. And for me, it's been my son. Like I've literally, just the first 3 months of this year, I mean, we've been doing everything. I'm talking to them, going up to the school, like, you know, just trying to figure out everything and just letting myself know, like, you don't have to try to do it all. Like, it's okay to take a step back and be in the moment and like just live your life. You
Step into that feminine energy. You don't have to be strong and masculine all the time.
Baby, I've been at that house
me, please.
crying, looking ugly and stuff.
One day.
You know, but really just trying to
Because we're always
okay.
taught to
and it's a hustle
be
culture.
strong,
Yeah.
get it done. No,
do this, do that. But no, I just, you know, give myself time to just really clear myself and feel like it's okay. You was saying you was going to do all of this, but just life is in real time. You know, you don't get a do-over with this shit. You just gotta be clear, know what you know, do what you do. Figure it out. You're gonna bump your head a few times, and that's what I'm on right now. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all two been really helping me. Whether it's Mika sending me, hey, such and such is on Therapy Live. Hey, do it. Stormy sending me Steve Harvey in the morning. Like they really been my rocks, and we ain't even been seeing each other, but they've been sending me stuff because, baby, I've been going through it.
My friends just send me memes.
No, they
I don't like that. No.
Can y'all send me some damn inspiration?
They
Shit.
could be like, hey.
Anybody send me, once you send me 10 every single day, I'm gonna tell you, hey, can you please, I'm never even responding to any of it. Please stop. Like,
No, we be having to send some crap to each other.
Me too. I think that's why they send them. Damn. Stop. Please stop. Well, I think that pretty much wraps it up, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Real quick, like what's important to you in terms of women? Like going forward, what topics or what issues do you want to see there be a change about for women?
Ooh.
support. We need to support each other. We need to lift each other. You know, encourage one another. People are always just watching others and they not really like, good job, you know, or you know, when you see people like you see Chelsea, like, and I notice like, why you not posting? Like, why you not doing? Because then you check on your friend. You get what I'm saying? Like, you check because you notice. You know, people be like, damn, because she'll be like, dang, I ain't posting 2 days. How you notice something? Because I know. You know what I'm saying? Because I know. Like Mika, like we didn't see for a while. Like, you okay? Like, we know. Like, you know, so check on your friend. And you might think people are strong and have that strong friend, but like they say, check on your strong friend.
I don't even want to hear
There's
that word
not a
no more.
strong friend. Everybody got a heart. Everybody got a soft spot. Everybody feel like, you know, people think I'm the strong friend. I'm not the strong friend. Y'all don't know what the hell I do in my house, in my bathroom and cry every day. Y'all don't know. You know what I'm saying? So check on your friends and just be supportive of whatever they got going on. Just check. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say for me, I want women to unlearn things that we have been programmed to believe. So specifically, you know, a lot of us have been, you know, programmed to think, okay, you can get that good job, you can get all those degrees, you can, you know, have it all, but where's your man, right? Or where's that ring, right? So, you know, and oftentimes we as women accomplish these things and we're waiting every day on when that's going to happen, right? We're not, you know, at the end of the day for us, it's just like, okay, well, yeah, I did all this other stuff, but I'm not complete until I have my man or I'm married or whatever.
And child, they don't be complete.
Or a baby. Or baby. Okay. I'm so tired of hearing. When you have a baby. I don't feel like every woman was put here to have kids.
I feel like here to death, but if I can do it over,
Look, for some people, they want it. For others, they don't. You know, whatever
I
it
was that
is.
one that
But
said I was never
wherever
having
you
a
are
kid.
in your life, wherever you are in your life, right? Being content and just like not putting so much pressure on yourself on into. So,
but I feel like women are starting to kind of wise up and starting to do that
I
because
agree.
they have said, I don't know where I read somewhere, an article or something, maybe it was New York Times or something. They're not having kids. Like women, they're not having kids no more. They're like, I'm going to, you know, do my career job and I'm just going to be me. Or
getting married.
I'm not mad at that. Like,
Same.
I'm not mad at that at all. Like, because it's a lot. Like you said, the woman
Legs
do
is closed.
so much. So, yeah, I mean,
there does seem to be a shift for sure.
Exactly. So, yeah.
I love kids, but I mean, that's not my end goal. I'm 35.
I was Mika my entire, I knew, like when I was 15, I was 16, 17, 18, I knew I was never going to have a kid and bam.
Same.
What was I thinking? But,
It's not that girl.
shout out to Zion.
Shout out to Carter. You're here now.
You know, I'd like to see within women less gatekeeping. I don't care if it's your damn shoes. Like, it's not that deep, girl. Hey, where you get your shoes from? Oh, girl, if I tell you I had to kill you.
People up. They be eating people up.
I already seen them on Shein, ho. I was just trying to be nice.
Yes.
Or like, especially, especially when it comes to jobs. Or I'm right now. Oh, I can't even really say this, but I love people that are in recruiting jobs, especially women, especially Black women, because majority of the ones that I hear, they will tell a woman like, well, how much do you want to make? And she'll be like, oh, 35,000. And then they'll counter offer her 50,000. And they'll do that like, girl, you worth more than that. That type of stuff is what we need.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Stop
That's me.
gatekeeping. That's me too.
Because who
Like,
are
I
you
hate that shit.
gatekeeping for? That's the thing.
No,
it's like you
I work in
gatekeeping for this corporation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or gatekeeping to make you feel better.
Well, you're the brains of
Exactly.
They don't give a shit about you.
Yep.
But I think that's a lot. And like, I don't know, I'm just speaking for Black culture. I feel like we see that more in our culture because it's like you feel as not me, but I think they feel like it's just that being the only one or being, you know what I mean? And so
I gotta look out for me and mine.
Yeah, I gotta look out for mine, and I just think that
was
ridiculous.
a post that went viral maybe a month or so ago where there was like this lady, an HR person.
I
who,
seen it.
Two back
Yep.
to back. They were comparing.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know there was a second one, but where she was like, I didn't have time to give the lesson, but I'm like, but you on social media giving the lesson
She
to a
got
bunch of people
fired.
you don't know.
She got fired.
And you could have helped sis out.
Yep,
like,
she
what
got
are we
fired.
doing? Yeah.
You took the time out to do a whole post when you
Yep.
could have called her after that and
Right.
told her what to do.
Right.
Yep.
definitely got to help each other out.
I think for me, it's what I love that I've seen in the pandemic, and I'm always speaking specifically for Black women and Black mothers, is that I've seen so many of us say like, F this job, F whatever else is not aligning with what it is that we want, and then like making the leap, whether the leap was going back to school, whether the leap was, getting a new career or starting your own business or whatever. I just want to see women be able to have more support around them that helps them do all the things that we want to be, right? And so that comes with work-life balance. That comes with, I think, there being more programs that are community focused so that kids can be taken care of as mothers are working or following their dreams so that their kids can see them living that out, right? And like Stormy, like y'all said, like you saw your mothers making it happen. You didn't know how, you didn't know when, you just knew you were good. And I think that that's what's most important for us. Yeah.
Well, this was awesome.
It
It felt therapeutic.
It did.
I needed it.
Black girl magic.
Right.
I'm gatekeeping.
We have to do this more often.
Let's go back around real quick and say our handles again. I didn't give what mine is at the original Toya with 2 A's on Instagram. I am one half of the whole bag. The other half is Taylor. She is not here tonight, but she sends her love. Follow us
Shout out
on
to Taylor.
Instagram and Twitter at _HEAUXBAG.
Yes, I am one half of the recipe 2 underscores. My Instagram name is Storms23 and my boutique name is Gigi Fiona. You can find us on YouTube, follow us and subscribe for the recipe. Yes.
Same. I'm Chelsea, one half of the recipe. I'm gonna give y'all my Instagram, but I'm not gonna even lie. TikTok has my heart right now. Like I don't even
In a
be on
chokehold.
Man, I be on TikTok laughing so hard. Like I just don't like. I just don't care. I'm over Instagram, but that's for another day. But Instagram, Chelsea.Davis, 2 A's, 2 S's. TikTok, Chelsea. I don't even know my TikTok name. I don't even post on there. I just be on there laughing. Just it. And catch us on the recipe season 2. Stay tuned.
Kind of like season 3.
Is it season 3? I'll be forgetting.
Because
I'm
we had our first in the dark.
Oh yeah. Okay. Season 3. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Mika _Meals at the Corporate Cutie Graphics at the Corporate Cutie at the recipe __.
Yes.
Leah with He Said We Said. I be forgetting my Instagram name. I think it's at L Forest.
See, she don't care about Instagram either.
Look, I be changing it up just a little bit every time, but follow us at He Said We Said.
Yes, Kiera with He Said We Said. And my handle is Kiera. That's KIERRAM _.
And then what's y'all partner? What's his Instagram? Y'all know?
Oh, he's not.
He not here.
He's not on social media.
Oh, it must be nice.
Okay. Oh, yes. No Instagram. Okay.
I am Anya, doing Motherhood Podcast at doing_motherhood_podcast. Anya Doula _HTX for my doula info, and Hospital Doula at Hospital Doula Training Co. Everything Instagram.
I love that. I love what you're doing for the women.
Thank you.
Me too. I don't even know how I went down the rabbit hole of doula, but
That means you're looking to have
I'm gonna
that
get
baby.
you
no,
on over
no.
here.
Yeah, she is. But I went to an event and a woman spoke, and she said that she was a doula, and her spirit was just like so captivating. So I went home and started researching, and really,
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, training coming up.
Okay.
I'll be there at the training.
Stormy, shut
Take
up.
that lead.
How do you? Okay.
Are we
Can you be a doula if you're not a mom?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, all right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna research doula.
I'm weak.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Thanks for tuning in. Bye.